Hey guys, welcome back. We've got quite a few projects lying around that we have to finish and little things that need to be done. We made a full list on this LS400 bonnet. Luckily it was white. Rather than scrapping it, it's now a whiteboard. We have a few things that we want to do. Some are smaller, some are larger. We have a few parts we have to send out, and we'll start off with this. This here is the DT engine block. This is liquid cooled. This side is the liquid cool part, and this is almost the same as in RX 100, this gasket, but it's a bit different. So what we're going to do is we're going to take it to the scanner. I'm going to place this on top of the scanner, get this scanned, and take this paper, which is almost like the RX 100 one. We trace the RX 100 block gasket, block to head gasket, and we've traced it, adjusted it, and made this. Om's done this for us. We're gonna first scan the block from this side, scan this as well, and superimpose it till we get the right lines on everything, and we'll be able to cut it perfectly, so it'll be much better. We'll make a few of them, some extras that we need. We might also need a head gasket. Hopefully I find it in India, otherwise we might have to make it. I heard they make them in Delhi, so I'm going to explore that part, and we'll probably try to make it first. We have a few parts lying around. For example, these 190 fenders. This was from a car I parted out a long time back. It was a 2.3 automatic, a little rare, but it had to be parted out because it had too much of rust. I parted out two 190s. I think two 124s have been parted out till now. One is over there, which we're going to have to start up. So that's an E220. And these fenders have to go. The other one is packed and ready to go. That's over here. We also have the Zen. So because the Zen refused to start and it's running in S-Team wiring, we decided to bring in a car that we had, was easier for us to keep over here. But it turned out to be this Corvair. It was a bit difficult for us to bring this car here because we'd have to go about an hour away, collect it, start it up. It started up all fine. The first step is trying to interchange parts till something doesn't work. And right now we've checked the wiring, putting the wiring from the S-Team wiring that was on the Zen onto this Corvair, which is actually S-Team powered, was the first thing that we tried, and it didn't give us any spark. So it looks like the wiring is at fault. We'll either repair this wiring or we will replace it. Might be easier to replace at this point, but we're gonna check this out, see if the wiring works, and try that out. This car is basically a Corvair which was really bad, and it was planted on top of, I'm not sure if this is a Zen or this is an S-Team base. We'll have to see some parts around and figure it out, but it's got the S-Team engine and wiring. It's got a lot of it's fully S-Team mechanical, so I'm guessing it's an S-Team floor, and this car was planted on top to make it usable. The car was too rusted out, they couldn't keep it as a Corvair. They chopped the roof and made it something like the concept car that was premiered at an auto show. So this is kind of like the super sport Corvair planted onto an S-Team or Zen floor pan, and it works quite reliably. So we're going to use this as our mule to test stuff out. Turn it on. Otherwise, we're going to be making a body kit for the 124, and we're going to run you through the basic process of it, how you work on fiberglass and how you put it into a mold. We're not going to be showing you how to make a mold, that's a little bit more complex, but for the basics you could use this to repair parts. You basically have to use polyester resin along with a hardener and a catalyst. So we have cobalt as a catalyst, we have hardener, and we have resin. We have to soak the fiberglass, which is a mat made of strands of glass, and that has to first be laid onto the mold, and then we have to soak it with resin to give it that hardness. It is a composite where you have the fiber to give it the strength and the resin to give it the hardness. So we'll run you through the process and show you how we work on it. So we use this, it's a gel coat, it's a denser and thicker, more viscous type of resin. It's also polyester resin made of the same stuff, but it's denser. And we use this first to make sure that we have no air bubbles. We have a thick first layer, and that makes sure we have a smooth first layer with no air bubbles, no cavities, stuff like that. We then use the normal resin, which is less viscous, and that lets us have less weight. So you have to use a combination of both to reduce the weight and also deal with stuff like the slopes and things like that. If you use the normal resin alone, it'll just flow off, and you'll have, let's say you're working on something on a vertical surface, it'll lose all the resin and it'll just form a pool at the bottom. So that's why we use gel coat, and also it's thicker. So we use it for that first layer to give it that nice look to it. The resin is clear and a little bit on the yellowish side, but we want to add some black dye to it. So we have some dyes, you get multiple colors and stuff like that. We put that in here, and we're going to get some better color to it. After we add the pigment, we have to add cobalt, and we have to add the hardener to it. We have to add about 10 to 15 ml of each to a liter of resin. And we have to do it based on the temperature, the moisture. So you have to try it every day and see the tackiness post. It also gives you about 15 minutes to work with. Now that we've soaked the mold, we've put on a layer of gel coat. We're going to put this fiber on, and we're going to put resin over that to harden it. So we'll repeat this process for the whole mold. We finished applying fiberglass into the molds. We had to apply it around the edges as well, and this gives us a place to put a chisel onto it to lift it up. We can use a screwdriver. Something blunt is preferred, so we don't puncture the weak parts of the fiberglass. We slowly have to pull it out. There are certain aspects when you're making a mold that are important, so nothing holds it back. But this is after a day. It's set, it's not tacky, just a little bit, tiny bit, but that's all right. It's not coming off on our fingers. So we're going to pull this off, and we're going to show you how it is. It's a very satisfying sound, so that has to happen. The other ones are a little more difficult. This is one of the easier ones to pull off. There are some that are super easy. We'll show you a video of that too, of how it comes off. We've demolded all the parts. The spoiler is over here. This is the center part of the spoiler, and we're going to have to trim it off over here. We're going to use an angle grinder to cut this and slowly bring it to the right edge. We're going to use a pair of goggles and a 3M mask, so we don't have any of that dust, the fiberglass dust, getting into us. But we also use a pedestal fan to let the flow and the dust, the flow of air and the dust move away. We also use the fan when we're doing any of the fiberglass work, because it's important to have good circulation of air. Some people use masks, but I prefer to have 2 fans running, and that gives us fresh air at all times. So we managed to start the Zen. We had to get in fresh wiring. We used the Corvair one first, the Corvair with an S-Team engine and gearbox, but a Zen wiring. So we started it up with that. We put the parts back onto the Corvair. We used that car a bit, and it's getting serviced elsewhere. But right now we managed to source a wiring set from a scrapyard in Margao, which was probably an hour drive away or more, kind of stretching the limits of our Nano, our EV Nano. But we took half a day or more just sourcing it, pulling it out, and finally started it in the same day. Luckily, that's all it needed, a fresh wiring loom, because if you look at repairing the loom, finding the fault, it might cost the same. So we just swapped the loom. Right now that starts. I'll show you that right after this. But right now we're working on my 123, and this is the bonnet. It had a couple of holes. They looked like just a tension from one side, but as we sanded them down, we found that they were actually holes. They weren't just bubbles. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut them away, and it has this support that moves aside. We'll later have to, what we've already done is sanded it, removed any rust, any paint. We've put some rust converter on it, and the rust converter is going to protect it against any further rusting, as well as it's primered it. So what we're also going to do is we're going to sand this again a little bit, put some primer on it, and paint it up when we paint the whole thing. Bond it back to this. But right now I'm going to fix these holes up using a Dremel, sorry, not a Dremel, a Bosch multi-tool. It's a tiny one, it's not too big. And we're going to cut away these holes, make sure they're square, and patch them up using our MIG welder.